Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing these Crayola Super Tips markers. The main goal for this video is to see if I can actually make a decent artwork using what is traditionally kids' supplies. They're quite inexpensive. I think these cost me £4.50 from Tesco's. Pretty cheap markers, and we've got a good range of colours for 24, and I'm quite interested in them because it says here you can draw thick and thin with them. I don't know if that means they have two separate ends or what, but we'll see. So let's get these guys out and have a little play with them, and then we'll do some artwork. Okay, so we've got their one barrel, they're one tip only, they're not two tips. So I don't know where the thick and the thin comes from. Maybe it's the side of the marker, we'll have to see before we actually draw with them. I quite like the design of them, this white barrel with the colour, and then the Crayola name is in gold. It's quite cool. Let's start with a nice bright colour, like blue. Okay, so it's like a standard sort of felt, almost like a felt tip, but not as thin. I'm guessing the idea is you can move it as you need to. Oh, feels quite nice. So how do you do the thick and the thin like that? Ah, so you use the side of the pen to do that. Oh, interesting. It's pretty cool. It's quite a sturdy nib, but there's a little bit of give in the end so it doesn't feel like you're scratching the paper. One thing I want to know is there any blending capability? So let's take a similar colour in this purple type colour and let's see if we can blend at all, because these are water based, so they're not like alcohol markers, so I wouldn't think they'd layer too well, but you know, actually that worked fairly well. Actually, that layered pretty nicely. I'm kind of impressed actually. Now, the thing I remember about felt tip pens is they tend to pull up the paper quite a lot. Now this is a fairly thick piece of card / paper. I can't remember what its GSM is, but it's fairly chunky. So I'll be interested to see. Oh, I can already feel it. Right, so it's starting to pull up there. Probably quite hard to see on camera, but it's starting to pull the paper away. You can see it if I do that. See, it's coming away. So you probably can't layer them too much. In fact, just those two I went over. I can already feel the surface of the paper coming up. So we can layer them, but not a lot. Have to be very careful with how we layer them. Are these two pinks the same, or is that just me? Oh no, they do apparently are different. What I'm going to go through, let's flip this over. I'm just going to swatch all the colours so I know I need a stopper. There we go. I'm just going to go through and swatch all these pretty quickly, just so I can kind of see what colours we're actually working with and whether they're actually similar to the ones on the barrel. Okay, so we've got a very good selection of colours, and we've actually got two types of grey as well. We've got a cool grey and a warm grey, which is actually quite nice to see because they do affect your shading and stuff. You know, I think we've got a good range here. 24 is a good price as well for £4.50. I'm a little, I wouldn't say miffed, but a bit confused. We only have the one type of yellow. I know there's this orangey type colour which is quite yellow as well, but the only yellow we actually have is this very bright lemony yellow. In fact, you can kind of see it on camera, it's almost glowing compared to the rest of the colours. So I'm not sure why we've got four-ish types of four-ish types of purpley pink colours and only one yellow. Bit odd, but it's still quite a nice yellow, so I can't complain too much. It's just a bit strange. We've got 3 shades of red here, and 2 of these reds look almost identical. One's more pink and one's more sort of yellowy, but that's about it, so a little strange. Next thing I'm going to try is I want to lay a dark colour over a light colour and vice versa. So we may as well use the yellow as it's the lightest slash brightest colour we've got. And then, actually let's go with the blue and see if it changes the yellow to a green colour. Let's put the light colour down first. We'll say they feel nice and juicy as well. That they don't feel dry and scratchy or anything. They're quite pleasant to feel on the paper. Okay, so you can layer them, but it doesn't really... I mean, you can kind of see through it, but not like a lot. Let's just put a bit more blue down. The thing is, the problem with felt tips and water-based things is this tip here, I cannot use this on that blue because it will just pick it up and then I've got a blue tipped yellow pen, which we don't want. So I can't unfortunately layer them the opposite way around, but you know, it's water-based markers, that's kind of what you get. So I think what I might do, because these are all quite very bright and vibrant colours, and I think what would be best if I draw something from Animal Crossing, which is one of my favourite games at the moment, and it's still quite popular, so I can use it in the thumbnail. I'm going to go ahead and draw Isabelle from Animal Crossing using these pens. I'll try and use as many as possible so it's nice and colourful, and then I'll meet back with you after the artworky bit and I'll give you my final thoughts and tell you if I think they're worth it. Okay, let's go. And here's the finished drawing. I think it's really cute. These were great fun to work with. I did make a mistake though. I accidentally started colouring her arm in blue instead of yellow. I was contemplating just redrawing the whole thing, but I honestly couldn't be bothered. So I just coloured the other arm in so she's got like long sleeves. This isn't one of her official outfits. It's actually a dress from in the game that I just really like, and then I was going to add this like short sleeve top underneath like she has in one of her normal outfits. I think it's really cute. It was quite limiting only having this one shade of yellow. The orange kind of works. Her ears are actually supposed to be more of a mustard yellow colour as well as this bit up here. So it was kind of hard not having like a paler yellow or just a different toned yellow. But overall I actually really liked the pens. They were nice and smooth. They were very juicy. Like I never felt like I was really having to work to get the ink to go into the paper. Yeah, all around I think they're great products. I feel like when I rate products I should probably have some actual like criteria or something, I'm not sure. The first one is quality, so the quality of the thing I'm reviewing, so that could be like the strength of the colours or, you know, whatever, the general quality. It also goes for the physical product themselves, like how do they feel nice in your hand, that kind of thing. I'm going to go for usability, so is the product easy to use, does it do what it's supposed to do, is there any challenges in using the product? And then I'm going to do the is it actually worth it kind of thing, like how worth it is it. So for quality, I'd honestly give them a 10, which is, I know, you know, out of 10 it's a high score, but really the colours are great, they're very vibrant, they're really juicy, I can't really fault them, to be quite honest. The actual quality of the products are very nice, and as I said before, I quite like the way they've done white, and the colourful tips makes them quite nice and pleasant to look at. So yeah, they get a 10. For usability, I'd give them a 9, only because the colours. So in terms of being able to make an artwork, there's a good range of colours, but I feel like we've got 4 greens here. I think that's a bit unnecessary. Like, you probably can't tell, but these 2 greens are 2 different pens, and they're only slightly different greens. So like, I'd quite happily lose a green to get a better yellow. I mean, I assume there's probably more of these in a bigger pack somewhere, but this is a pack of 24, which isn't even the standard pack. The standard pack is 12. So, you know, I feel like we could have done with another yellow, and not having like a true black. You know, this is a dark brown. The only way I was able to make this very dark is by layering multiple colours, but as we saw at the start, it's not possible to layer water-based very well because it tears up the paper. So for that, I'm giving them a 9 in usability. For cost effectiveness, I'm going to give them a 10 because there are 24 pens and the pack I bought was £4.50, so that works out around 18 pence in marker. I think that's really good to get like a full set for less than a £5. I think that's great cost effectiveness. So their overall score, we've got a 10, a 9 and a 10, so they get a 29 out of 30, which is, you know, extremely good. I highly recommend these for artists or just anybody really, anyone who's looking to get into art. I think these are a great little thing to get used to, and you know, I had a lot of fun doing it. They're very easy and simple to use. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you like these product review type videos that I do, then please leave me a comment down below about anything you think I'd like to review or anything I might enjoy. If you've used these pens yourself, how was your experience with them? Was it as good as mine? Was it different? That kind of thing, because I know sometimes batches of things can be slightly different from each other, so I'd be interested to see if anyone else has tried them. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a like. If you really liked it, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!